Hey guys, hope everything is going well. You guys know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH underscore sports. Follow me on my finance channel at AIH Finance on YouTube. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about this pump and dump scheme in crypto, and I'm going to tie it into sports cards and the other collectibles. Okay, so first of all, Kim Kardashian, she was part of this pump and dump scheme, and what ended up happening was she was paid by Ethereum Max, and it was, I believe, $250,000, and she went on Instagram touting this crypto, but she didn't disclose that she was paid. So, in essence, she was part of the scheme because she didn't make the disclosure. And the SEC goes after people if you do not make disclosures. And I talked about this before. I showed you Peter Schiff and him talking about these penny stock pump and dumpers. And this is the type of behavior that I, in my opinion, have noticed in this industry. And Ziggy did a video maybe a few months ago talking about what he believed something fishy may be going.
Listen to this conversation. This is from Lucas Tigers and Bronze, episode 395, August 5th, 2021. So like over a year and a half almost after the call. Listen to this though. Just listen, please.
We started a group chat. The group chat with a bunch of like Gary's friends and different business guys and friends. And we're all just talking about the national, what happened, what we bought, what did you get, what did you buy, what did you buy. I only bought a couple of LeBrons and a couple of Jordans. And at the time, the LeBrons were $1,050. And so a lot of people have heard that Gary bought 53 LeBrons for $1,050 each. I watched him do the wire during the national. And so I only bought a couple of those. I bought a couple of Jordans. I bought a couple of Lucas. And when I get back, I see like $1,000 LeBron go to 1,400 and then 1,700. And so my little business brain gets buzzing. I'm like, wait, this is interesting. The group chat gets so big, we start a second group chat. And we start a Pokemon group chat. And then Gary says, why don't you invite some of your friends that may have collected in the past but don't have any cards now? Business friends, cannabis friends, music guys, let's get them all into a Zoom call and just explain what we're doing and why. So
I just want to say something here real quickly. He talks about they created a group chat and that Gary Vee bought 50 of these cards and he watched the values going up and his business brain's going, I wonder what that business brain was thinking. He doesn't talk about what that business brain was thinking. Also, he's told to go get your friends, your cannabis friends, your crypto friends, I believe he says, who do not have sports cards today, but had collected in the past, but do not have them now. So we're talking, go find me, in my opinion, completely blind and ignorant to the sports card market individuals with a lot of money. Am I wrong? Listen.
That's where Rob G never had a card before that day. Now he's got tens of millions of dollars in cards. Steve Aoki, Lewis Howes, the podcaster, cannabis executives, real estate executives, business executives are all on that first Zoom call with 36 guys. During that call, it was just Gary explaining his passion. You can feel it, right? You can still feel it, but like he was, it's intoxicating. Everybody wanted to be a part of it. Out of 36 guys, 27 of them start buying, and like a dozen-ish go nuts, right? Those dozen-ish probably have 60 or 70 million dollars in cards now. The day before that Zoom call, they had zero. Like actual.
Think about that again. $60 million of money floods into sports cards in the spring of 2020. 60 million from 12 individuals who know nothing about sports cards before they got in. And I love the part about Gary Vee gets in and tells you about how much he loves it. Nothing wrong here, guys. Nothing wrong. I just think it's very important to bring this to your attention and ask the question, why is no one asking more about that Zoom call? Asking those individuals what they've done since then, what they do afterwards. Ask Gary Vee, why did you orchestrate this? And then step away and say you had nothing to do with it.
And I'm not sure what exactly went on. It could have been completely normal, but based on that interview with Luca Nation, there was what $60 million infused in the sports card market. So you had that liquidity coming in, if you want to call it liquidity. You had that hot money come in. And yeah, it's just quite interesting. And I did also notice that in February of last year, I was talking about Top Shot, NBA Top Shot. And I just asked a ridiculous question: is NBA Top Shot like the plague, or avoiding NBA Top Shot like the plague? That was the title. Something ridiculous. And I got so much hate. And within a few weeks, NBA Top Shot topped out and it crashed. And what I found suspicious was you had the mainstream media hyping it up like crazy. I don't know if any uh, money was exchanged. I don't know if any kickbacks were exchanged. But at the end of the day, I do realize that, hey, look, you have Pat McAfee was talking about it. I like Pat McAfee, but I don't think he should be talking about NBA Top Shot, right? He was promoting it from my memory. You had ESPN talking about it. So you had all these networks talking about it. I'm like, wait a second, it's going through the moon. I did this video saying that avoid it like the plague, and then people were attacking me. I'm like, look, and then I thought to myself, okay, that's a contrary indicator. It's going to go down. And I'm going to talk about contrary indicators as well for a future video. But what I'm trying to say is that when you have all this money sloshing around, it's, in my opinion, sports card influencers, not all, a few are paid on Instagram, on YouTube, and not making disclosures for particular cards, for particular cryptos, or whatever. Not cryptos, but particular sports cards and particular investments, or particular, yeah. And the thing is that if the SEC cracked down on crypto, what will the federal government do? Will the federal government do anything? I don't know. Since collectibles, they're not under the jurisdiction of the SEC, from my understanding, potentially another agency may get involved. I mean, who knows? The FBI? And the reason why I'm saying this is because Sports Card Radio, they had an article about this, and this is why I did a video. I'm like, hey, this is an interesting topic to dwell on. And in that article, it was mentioned that some YouTubers are deleting videos. Could they be deleting videos because they were pumping and dumping? Maybe. Could they be deleting videos because they just made wrong predictions? I don't know. But I think moving forward, if you have an audience, sizable audience, and you're putting a card out there and it's a low population card, I think disclosures should be made. Hey, I plan to keep this for X amount of months, or I'm going to see how the price action works. And if you're paid by somebody, please disclose that. The reason is you don't want to get into some issues, right? You know, I've been not going after people, but I've butted heads with many people. And the reason why I butted head is because I looked at the behavior. That's what has made me suspicious. Does it mean that they are engaged in that? No. But at the same time, the behavior seems shady. And we know there's a lot of money that was sloshing around during this pandemic. But once again, just like P. Ryan Collection on Instagram says, you know, make your disclosure, full disclosure. I like how he does that, right? And I try to, you know, when I show cards, I try not to be sensational. I show like $20 cards. Okay, $20 cards, they're not material. But when you're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of cards, yeah, that could be material, and you don't want to get into any problems whatsoever. And that's why the language that I use when talking about cards, I try to be as careful as possible. Some people said that, hey, you're showing too many Gretzky cards. It may look like you're pumping. So I'm like, okay, thank you for that consideration. I never even thought of that. But, you know, it is what it is. Everyone has a different view on it. But once again, if you're a content creator, just be careful, right? Don't use sensational language. I think what her curator, and I'm going to get into it on Friday with Sports Card Cartel, is I think he didn't tell people to be. I don't think he gave the disclosures that should have been made. But, that's just my opinion. And if I show an expensive card, what I'm going to do moving forward is, hey, make those disclosures. I'm getting more subscribers, and you don't know who's watching. It's just for the interest of the people that are watching. I mean, you don't want people to get burned, right? And they're just making decisions based on what you're saying. So that's why I'm very careful in what I say and how I say it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Try to avoid the hype. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below, guys. Thank you. Bye.